Hey everyone, it's another month, another Monday, and another chance to learn from our mistakes. Yes, technically I know it's still November, but tomorrow is December 1st, and we are just flying in some ways through this first half of the school year. We're still remote learning, unsure about all the other educators out there, but we are pushed back with the current metrics in our area, in our community, and so we are not hybrid learning or doing any in-person learning for the time being. What that means is we continue through the screen, and with remote learning, at least for me, some things are going well, some things I'm getting better at, and some things are just still annoying and frustrating. I guess one of the most difficult parts of remote learning is that everything seems to take more time, double, triple, quadruple the amount of time that it does in person. The other point that I want to draw attention to this month is my assumption that students will eventually come around to embrace online learning. Maybe not embrace it, but at least work with us as teachers. Some students are absolutely doing that. We have some students that are excelling, that are doing just fine through the screen, and in other cases, I just can't find that inspiration that will work for certain individuals. Now, of course, I want to follow my own advice of the last few months. I want to practice patience with myself, but also my students. We're all going through this pandemic together. I want to make sure that I'm giving grace and leniency when it makes sense to. I also want to make sure that I'm pausing and taking a breath and then responding correctly if any problems come up. I'm noticing my recent mistake is that I assume that students will be motivated enough to engage, to interact with each other and myself online, to complete their work on time, and just all in all be mindful and present in the moment. But you know what happens when we assume. So my mindful tip for this month is to myself and any other educators out there watching and listening, and that is to express gratitude. It makes sense here right after Thanksgiving as we head into December to just express and model the behavior for showing and giving thanks. I find that if I can give thanks to others, as silly and as cheesy as that sounds, students do reciprocate, at least in some small form. In some ways, it's very elementary, but try it out in your own teaching and see how it goes. Say something like, thanks for being here, thanks for being on time, thanks for having your screen on, thank you for turning your work in, thank you for that thoughtful reflection, thank you for being you. What I'll do is include a few links in the YouTube description about expressing gratitude, just in general in life. Make sure you check those out right after watching. All right, that's it for now. Thanks as always for following along. I want to do one more video before the end of 2020 like this to chronicle another teaching mistake and a mindful approach on how to respond. Until then, thanks for tuning in.